Hi, I'm Jeremy,
I'm AJ.
and these are extraordinary times. Let's do this. And we're back. happy day after spring break for most of our friends. Hopefully you're settling back into daily life like some of us have had to today. Crazy days. Anyways, so first story of today. Former U.S. Senator Rick Santorum endorses former Governor Mitt Romney. Believe it or not.
About 1,500 days ago.
Approximately. Oh, how things have changed.
See,
now he's a menace to the party and whatever.
And not conservative at all.
Not conservative enough.
Except back in 2008. Oh, he was the one to go to. He was the conservative of the party.
He was the bee's knees back then. See, yeah.
Anyway, TSA.
We love the TSA. I love the TSA. At least I love my friends that work in the TSA. Good people. Usually, generally respectful people. And so when we talk about these situations, we rag on the TSA, but we rag on the absurdity of the TSA. Because as a whole, as a system, it is actually decently absurd. Mostly because it's reactive to situations that have already happened, not intuitive in trying to stop new situations from happening. So, we had the shoe bomber, and now we have to take off our shoes, and we had the underwear bomber, and now people have to grope you. And now apparently, out of Chicago O'Hare, a man and his son on their way to Disney World. His son, got searched.
3 years old, confined to a wheelchair.
I was going to say, not only his son, 3.
Whoa!
You've seen my 3-year-old. She runs in here sometimes. Apparently, to them, she could be a threat to national security.
No words.
Yeah.
No words.
That's how I feel. Insert what you think right down there, please. Actually, I think it's over here-ish, yeah, on some of the players.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, tell us what you think about that. Because for me, that's one of the most absurd things of at least this weekend. But yeah, stupid.
Well, this one, not to go all TSA on you, but sorry, couldn't resist. Scary thing is happening, you should be aware of, called the White Plague, also known as tuberculosis. Not just any tuberculosis, though. Multiple drug-resistant tuberculosis.
Yeah, because TB, they give you a little test shot, and if it boils up in a way that's weird, it's bad, and if it doesn't really do anything but sting for a couple hours, then it's not. And then there's this new one that's evolving and spreading a little bit that is resistant to drugs that they would give you if it boiled up and did something weird.
Which is why you're supposed to take all your medications whenever you're sick. But anyway.
That's our little public service announcement. Take all your medicine every time. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, a lot more information in the article down in the information bar. Check it out. You need to.
It's important, so do it. And if you're watching this on Facebook, like a lot of you do, thank you for watching. But go to the YouTube and go down in the description bar, because only a little bit of it can fit in the little box that Facebook gives us. So do that. And then while you're there, if you would please, hit that little subscribe button that's somewhere over here. And the like and stuff that are over here this direction. We love you guys. Moving on.
Okay, so turns out all those kids with supposed ADD, like to have their minds wander during class.
It's not supposed. It's a real It's a real problem. Just saying.
Sure. Anyway, there's a study out that shows that they just may have sharper minds. They have.
Hey, that's a real problem. Seriously though, they've been doing a study on kids with this attention deficit problem, where they kind of just notice everything going on around them, and
Cardinal.
Exactly. Wow.
And it could be just because we have more memory cells, and the brain wants to use them, and so if it gets too bored with something not using enough memory cells, it finds a way to use them.
Reason I listen to very loud music while I'm doing stuff, because I want to occupy all my brain cells. Anyways, moving on. And why this show is so ADD-addled, so you know.
It's because we're smart.
You're smart. Your mom's smart.
Your
That's true.
Asteroid smart? If you don't get that, go back way back.
Way back. Actually, go to my channel, our Jeremy Howard. The old episodes. Old episodes.
Back before we had a channel.
Before we had a channel, before we had class or anything. Anyways, I have class.
Oh, right.
You have smarts. I have class.
There we go.
So now you know. Moving on. Oh my gosh. In New York City, we've bagged on New York City not taking care of their homeless recently, if you look that way. And if you look now, they are no longer accepting donations to government shelters of food.
Yeah,
in the form of food. Because apparently they can't regulate it and check it and make sure it's all healthsome and good for those homeless people.
Might be too salty.
Might be too salty. Make them a burden on the medical system or whatever. I don't know what they're thinking. It's stupid.
They're
all
not.
Stupid.
I've worked in food industry before, in like banquets and stuff. They get rid of a lot of food simply because we can't donate it anymore. Literally, we used to be able to donate it, and then the company had some sort of problem. Anyway, massive trash cans full of food. We just have to throw out.
It's absurd. We have this great overabundance, and we can't share it because of whatever. Dumb.
Speaking of absurdities,
there was a man in Dallas-Fort Worth Airport who was on a plane. But he wasn't just on a plane. He apparently was flying pretty high in his Superman socks. For those of you who are a little too addicted to YouTube, we'll put a link right here to link you to understand the Superman socks. But he was actually wearing Superman socks and like 4-man purses and 2 sets of glasses. One of them with a little red eye thing going on, like robo thing. And was demanding to talk to the pilot. And so they politely relieved him of his duty of being on that plane. and gave him to some police. And that's basically where the story ends. They carted him away.
Justifiably so.
Yeah, he needed to be carted.
What I find really funny about this is he got past the TSA. He gets past the TSA and they have to grope a 3-year-old confined to a wheelchair. I mean, ridiculous.
All right, so we cover publicly important figures dying. So some kind of obscure ones for those of you who like world history. The Coptic Pope, for those of you who know broader Christianity. The Egyptian Christians are the Coptics, and they are kind of fundamentalist in the way that they are kind of the old church. They didn't really grow with the Catholic Church. They kind of have their own pope and everything. Well, their pope just died, and that's kind of sad news. And they're really good people, so we support good people and hope for them. Also,
next on our list, the King of Tonga. You don't know what Tonga is? Nice little island out in the Pacific.
Well, 170 islands. out in the Pacific.
Set of islands in the Pacific.
Archipelago, I think, is the technical term.
Anyway, he has passed away. He's the one that brought democracy to Tonga and did a lot of good things. Also, rather flamboyant in his dress, evidently.
Allegedly drove around or had himself driven around in a London taxi and wore like a war helmet and like medals and all kinds of stuff. Like, I'd wear a leather jacket and jeans if I was the king of like anywhere.
He just had a lot of fun. Anyway, he passed away in Hong Kong, so sad news for them.
And lastly, those of you who are addicted to Redbull, I know at least one or two of our viewers are, the guy who created it, sitting very, very fat on a lot of money. He's kind of skinny because he's from Thailand.
Yeah.
But he died at 89 over the weekend. Old, decently healthy guy. Just, it was his time, sadly.
I did not realize Red Bull was created by a pharmaceutical company.
Yeah, weird. Apparently they want to juice us up.
Go figure.
All right, so for our last story of today, thank you for lasting this long, if you lasted this long. Our last story comes out of Athens, Georgia, because we love Georgia.
There's been this man at bus stops for a while that really was just really annoying.
To the point that, like, riders were complaining about him to the bus drivers, and they were not going to their irregular stops because he was going to be there, or was there, or what have you. So he was displacing people by being a giant, obnoxious
jerk.
Donkey's hide.
Anyway.
That's what I'll say. Donkey's hide.
He was asked to leave, and actually ordered by police to leave the bus stops. He refused, and asked to be taken to jail instead. So they did.
That is one way to skin that cat.
I know they're not going to take his annoyances in prison, but anyway, I guess he learns that the hard way.
They do something to obnoxious people in prison, and it's not good. They make you shut up with something. Anyways, go check out Tuesday tomorrow, and come back here tomorrow. And he has some deep thoughts. Go check his stuff out. I'm Jeremy.
I'm AJ.
And these are extraordinary times. Be aware and send us your stories over here.